5 seconds to go. Mr. P.L. Sharma, learned additional public prosecutor for respondent state, accepts notice and submits that respondent number 2 present in the court has been identified to be the complainant first information of the FIR in question by S.I. Sunil on the basis of identity proof produced by her stop. Respondent number 2 present in the court submits that the dispute between the parties has been amicably resolved vide aforesaid mediated settlement and terms thereof have been fully acted upon and that divorce by mutual consent has been already granted by the family court stop. Respondent number 2 affirms the contents of aforesaid mediated settlement and of her affidavit of 3rd August 2015 supporting this petition and submits that now no dispute with petitioner survives and so the proceedings arising out of the FIR in question be brought to an end. Stop. Next para. In other words, the High Court must consider whether it would be unfair or contrary to the interest of justice to continue with the criminal proceedings or continuation of criminal proceedings would tantamount to abuse of process of law despite settlement and compromise between the victim and the wrongdoer and whether to secure the ends of justice, it is appropriate that criminal case is put to an end and if the answer to the above questions is in the affirmative, the High Court shall be well within its jurisdiction to quash the criminal proceedings. Stop. Next para. In view of the aforesaid discussions, we sum up and lay down the following principles by which the High Court would be guided in giving adequate treatment of the settlement between the parties and exercising its power under Section 482 of the Code while accepting the settlement and quashing the proceedings or refusing to accept the settlement with direction to continue with the criminal proceedings. Stop. Power conferred under Section 482 of the Code is to be distinguished from the power which lies in the court to compound the offences under Section 320 of the Code number doubt. Under Section 482 of the Code, the High Court has inherent power to quash the criminal proceedings even in those cases within which are not compoundable, where the parties have settled the matter between themselves. Stop. However, this power is to be exercised sparingly and with caution. Stop. When the parties have reached the settlement and on that basis petition for quashing the criminal proceedings is filed, the guiding factor in such cases would to be secure ends of justice or to prevent abuse of the process of any court. Stop. Next para. Next dictation. On the other hand, those criminal cases having overwhelmingly and predominantly civil character, particularly those arising out of commercial transactions or arising out of matrimonial relationship or family disputes, should be quashed when the parties have resolved their entire disputes among themselves. Stop. While exercising its power, the High Court is to be examined as to whether the possibility of conviction is remote and bleak and continuation of criminal cases would put the accused to great oppression and prejudice, and extreme injustice would be caused to him by not quashing the criminal cases. Stop. Next para. Offences under Section 307 IPC would fall in the category of heinous and serious offences and therefore are to be generally treated as crime against the society and not against the individual alone. Stop. However, the High Court would not rest its decision merely because there is a mention of Section 307 IPC in the FIR or the charge is framed under this provision. Stop. It would be open to the High Court to examine as to whether incorporation of Section 307 IPC is there for the sake of it or the prosecution has collected sufficient evidence, which if proved would lead to proving the charge under Section 307 IPC. Stop. For this purpose, it would be open to the High Court to go by the nature of injury sustained, whether such injury is inflicted on the vital delicate parts of the body, nature of weapons used, etc. Stop. Medical report in respect of injuries suffered by the victim can generally be the guiding factor. Stop. On the basis of this prima facie analysis, the High Court can examine as to whether there is a strong possibility of conviction or the chances of conviction are remote and bleak. In the former case, it can refuse to accept the settlement and quash the criminal proceedings, whereas in the latter case it would be permissible for the High Court to accept the plea compounding the offence based on complete settlement between the parties. Stop. At this stage, the court can also be swayed by the fact that the settlement between the parties is going to result in harmony between them, which may improve their future relationship. Stop. Next para. While deciding whether to exercise its power under Section 482 of the Code or not, timings of settlement play a crucial role. Stop. Those cases where the settlement is arrived at immediately after the alleged commission of offence and the matter is still under investigation. Stop.